Powerline TV. Power to transform lives.
Family life is building marriages, building relationships, and then helping young ones to learn the lessons of life about the choices that they have to make when the time comes for them to make those choices. What Mama Rita has been doing on the Family Life show is she is giving what I have given her in 35 years. Hey! I don't like the response of that. The love she's enjoying in the bedroom, the morning tea I prepare for her on special occasions, the beautiful note I've been leaving for her. I mean, you can see, you can't give what you don't have. So Mama Rita gives what she has and what I give to her. So in celebrating family life and then celebrating 35 years, I want the world to celebrate me also. Well, I think Mama Rita should answer this because she's been keeping some money away from me. Sometimes I don't do so. Please, let her answer. because sometimes I open her drawer and then I see the money. I say, "What money is it? Leave it there. Leave it there. Leave it there." I said, "No, I'm not." I just want to find out whether you are aware that there's money here. Because just a while ago, you were asking me for some money. Only to find out that you are money there. Leave it. Just leave it. Leave it. I remember the songs we used to sing for our children whenever we want them to go to bed.
Okay.
Good night. I want to wish you good night. I want to wish you good night. In the name of Jesus. Good night.
And the next sleep.
Good night. And then I go so far asleep.
and then another one.
Mama Rita will do all the potom, and then they'll be giving an narcos and she will eat the food.
So a song must come.
So a song must come in. So I compose a song and I'll be dancing. Appetizing, potom, appetizing. And then mommy will put one here.
Yes, one for a whole song.
One song, and then she'll eat on the bottom.
Here and you can't have fun, you are sick. You don't know how to laugh in your relationship, you are sick. You don't know how to joke in your relationship, you are sick. We need to take time to relate to our partners. Your husband is not taking you out because when you go, you don't talk. How can you not know what to talk about? You go out and instead of talking, you are testing. Instead of talking, you are WhatsApping. Instead of watching each other in the eye, your eyes are forever on your phones. My darling, you will not build your relationship up.
God bless you, it all comes down to love.
Of the greatest gifts God gave to us, but a true friend will forever love you, and they are there to help when trouble comes. How do you build friendship? Establish a time each week to spend quality time together. Communication in every relationship is vital to the success of it. The more you communicate with each other, the more you get to know each other better. If you are married and you've never sent your husband a note, and you've never sent your wife a note, it means that you are coming from far away. Don't only send messages when you need something. It is a sin to leave home in the morning and never call each other until you get home late in the evening. Somebody says punch. I am punching. Explore the interests of your spouse and what they are passionate in, and join them in it. My husband is going to play golf. What I do is, maybe if he's playing golf 3 times within the trip, at least I'll choose a day or 2 and then follow him to the golf course. I am the driver and he plays. And sometimes I try to play small. And normally when he's going to play, I dress up more than the golf players themselves. When I see that he's watching, and then I take the stick. Me too, I don't know how to play. And then I go like this. And then I push myself. And then I hold the golf stick. And
When we were introduced, at the time, I was already in a relationship. He was also in a relationship.
I remember.
So we went into campus ministry not because we wanted to be with each other, but because I just loved Royal House Chapel, and he also loved the things of God. He was working for God, and that God was introducing me to a church that would help me to exhibit my talents as well, only for him to put us together as husband and wife.
Wow. How have you been able to build your friendship up?
You must make a conscious effort, because like you said in your presentation, work, schooling, ministry, or 1 or 2 things can take the friendship out of the marriage. So for both of us, we have been very intentional about it. And like you said, it is the friendship that keeps the marriage going. It is not the sex, it is not the romance.
The little things like bathing together.
And I'm not here alone. I'm here with my delicioso muchacho.
One of the things that I would say encouraged us to continue talking was that we saw the relationship more than just now, but then we saw ahead of ourselves that if we are able to put these things together, we can be a wonderful couple in future.
Family life is building marriages, building relationships, and then helping young ones to learn the lessons of life about the choices that they have to make when the time comes for them to make those choices. What Mama Rita has been doing on the Family Life show is she is giving
Hello, welcome to Family Life with Mama Rita. I know it's 7:15. We're expecting a very special guest, and trust me, the traffic on the ring road is extremely bad. I had to get down from my car. Luckily, I was with a driver. I had to get down from my car and then walk from Obechebi Lamte Circle. It's terrible. I don't know if they found gold or oil on our road, but it's serious today. We want construction done, but terrible. My guest has been at where I think the overpass for the past 40 minutes, and it's terrible. But well, we will start. Last week, as I'm sure you saw the recap, last week was a special edition. Oh my God. It was 35 years. We had to share our story, our history, and what we've been through in 35 years in 2 hours. My darling, when you see people today, don't ever think they don't have history. Everybody has a past, everybody has a history. If you just started and things are tough, I am here to let you know, please don't give up. Things will be okay very soon. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Don't give up. If there are disagreements and quarrels and whatnot, please, the time of enjoyment will come. If you are going through a time of poverty, the time of celebration will come. If every year or every 11 months, like Reverend Charles and Mama Rabba, you are having one baby every 11 months, don't worry, they'll grow very soon and they will start helping you in the kitchen and around the house, and you realize that, oh, it's a joy to have babies. My darling, stay put. We will show you a very short clip and we will go ahead with family life with Mama Rita today.
So the problem here is how your husband enters into the temple.
Yes, exactly. That's the word. I can enter into my temple as many times as I want. I can use my temple anyhow. What are you trying to say? What's the problem?
Hey, Ma, can you hear him? You can use your temple the way you like it. You can use it anyhow you like it. Can you hear yourself? Well, let me inform you, sir. This my body, it is hurting. This temple is wearing out. And if this marriage will break on that account, me, I don't care. I cannot die.
Fine. If this temple is too hot, if this temple is weak, that means I should go for a very good temple that is blood is not hot, that is not weak, that is clean. I can search for another temple.
Mrs. Bucknor, will you hold on at this point and listen to me? Quitting or looking for another temple is not the answer. And if you must enter into a temple, you have to do it with caution and reverence. In Psalm 15, David asks this question: who can ascend into the holy temple of God? And the specification for that was given down that scripture. Mr. Bucknor, in the same vein, we are also the temple of God. And if you must enter into this temple, you've got to do it with caution. You've got to do it with caution, not haphazardly. This has broken so many homes. And it shouldn't be. Mrs. Bucknor, you also have to make your temple ready for worship at all times.
At all times? Ma, with this body that is wearing out, Ma, is it not the person that wants to worship in a temple, that will take care of the temple well, that will decorate the temple to look good and to be accessible? Ma, ask him. When last did he decorate my life? When last did he make me happy? Ma, I am not happy. Don't look at this package, you know. I am not happy. So why can't he take care of this temple if he wants to worship in the temple?
Is it not when you enjoy your worship in the temple? That you know how to clean it, how to take care of the temple. But the temple that you enjoy, then how do you clean such temple? Then how do you cater for the temple? What trash are you talking about?
I think the bottom line here, Mr. Femi Bokno, is you taking good care of this temple. If you can afford it, holiday, it doesn't have to be outside the country. Somewhere nice around. Taking her out for dinner once in a while, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Taking a stroll down the street will make her emotionally stable. Sweet words early in the morning are all ingredients of making this marriage workable and taking good care of this temple. And Mrs. Lara Bokno, you also have to satisfy this man. Let him gain access into his temple. When you do this, you'll get the best out of this man. Any other thing to talk about? At this point, I would like to take my leave. Enjoy your day.
Welcome back to Family Life with Mama Rita. So you see, this is what we have been discussing in these past few weeks. If you want to worship in the temple, my darling, take good care of your temple. You can't allow your temple to be dirty. You can't allow your temple to be worn out. You can't throw things around your temple and then still want to worship in your temple. Take good care of your temple. Mr. and Mrs. Bokna has taught us that, my darling, if you want to worship in the temple, take good care of the temple. And then women, your temple also does not belong to you. It belongs to the man. So you see, when it comes to sex in marriage, from both the husband and then both the wife, you need to learn to take good care of each other. Once you learn to take good care of each other, once you learn to communicate, once you learn to talk about your issues, you realize that the issues that you think are issues are not issues after all. And I taught you 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago that where it becomes difficult, my darling, seek help. I am here to give help. Today, we will go straight to Ask Mama Rita and let your questions come in. We have put on the phone lines. You can also call in and then ask your questions while we wait for our guests. Co-hosts.
It's been an amazing time, especially from last week, Mommy. I can assure you our viewers really had a wonderful time enjoying your 35 years of experience shared with Daddy. Thank you so much. And you are welcome. This is Powerline TV, Family Life Series with Mama Rita, building stable and happy homes. Keep your questions coming through +233 200 515253. We are live on Facebook, Sam Crunchy Ankara, on Facebook, Mama Rita K, on YouTube, Powerline TV. We are also live on Instagram, Mama Rita. And then you can catch us, for those of you across the West African region, your favorite digital station. Yes, you are right here, Powerline TV. And today, as you can see, I'm unique in my polo shirt. This is brands. This is brands. Thank you,
You
mommy.
look smart. And I'm sure your wife is watching you. Something must happen
Tonight we must worship in the temple.
Hey, you must worship in the temple.
Serious worship song. We'll start with Obi Lifted.
I hope you are taking
Oh,
good
mommy,
care
when
of
you
your
see the temple, you can see this is a temple that is being taken care of. Adi Mato Kade Pateada. Well, brands is all over. You can order for your brands different apparel across the globe on www.brandsownit, the brands with a double D, BRANDDSOWNIT.com. If you're in Ghana, you can phone them on 0242 305 912. All sort of casual wears, get on site and be a part of the brand's statement. Well, we'll go straight to our first commentary and message coming from Nigeria.
And before you go on, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that wished my husband and I well last week. Thank you. And like I said on Sunday, you are part of the ones that have brought us 35 years of marriage. I believe that without you, we won't come this far. And on behalf of my husband and I, our children and our grandchildren, we want to say a very big thank you.
Amazing. We'll go straight to Nigeria. I think they want to make a statement today as well. My name is Ifeoma Favor from Nigeria. Congratulations, mommy. We are still celebrating your anniversary and we pray for more oil. This is my first month since I started following your program and have really learnt a lot. I hope to meet you one day in life. Kudos.
Oh, Ifeoma.
Ifeoma Favor.
Ifeoma, anytime you come to Ghana, please make your way to Royal House Chapel. Right at the airport or at the station, wherever you get down, ask of Royal House Chapel and you will be brought here. I would love to also meet you one day.
Awesome. This is Abina from Teshi. Says, good evening, Mama Rita. I want to know if it's normal not to have sexual feelings towards your fiancé. We are planning to get married in a few months, and I do not find any sexual attraction towards him. Is this normal? Also want to know if it will affect us in case we get married.
Well, I would say it's a yes and it's a no. It's a yes because sometimes, you know, once you've decided that I don't want to have sex before marriage, sometimes psychologically, you know, it takes your feeling for sex away or your sexual attraction to the man away. A lot of people look at sexual attraction and then decide, let me get married to this man. But it's not all about sexual attraction. I ask people, do you love him? Is he born again? Do you respect him? Do you adore him? Are both of you friends? If you are friends and you adore him and you love him, my darling, that sexual attraction will come in the marriage. It's something that you can, I always tell people, you can train yourself for it. Once you love each other, once you adore each other, once you respect each other, trust me, these things will come. But if you think that you still have a problem, I advise you to seek counseling. Oh my God, an angel walked in. And I'm going to invite the angel to come right in and have the seats.
And I think we'll take a quick break as it settles in.
A quick break.
Yeah.
And you will see the angel very soon.
The desire to be great is a divine plan and not a human error. It is much harder to run away from your destiny of greatness than when you embrace it. To run away from greatness is more difficult. It's sinful. It's easy to embrace greatness than to run away from greatness. God is the one that holds the key to life, the holder of the key. God has opened great and effective door for me, but there are many adversaries. Every door has an opposition. You have to overcome the opposition, then you can enter into the door because you succeed. But you have to know whether God has opened the door or God has not. You have to know. You can define and define and define, and anything you define about the key is correct. Key is everything. Key is knowledge. Key is revelation. Key is discovery. There is a key that always leads you into your destiny. When God is opening the door for you, He opens the door into opportunity, but He opens the door into your greatness. Your greatness. Every opportunity you missed before, the Lord is bringing you because you didn't have the key. Receive the key of power, the key of authority. I am the holder of the key. Receive it in the name of Jesus. Jordan, the word Dan means judgment. So Jordan is river of judgment. And the people of God must cross the river of judgment. And when the water starts flowing, it will end at the spot of Adam, river of judgment, and then Adam representing sin and death. So then you want to wonder, who is this ark that must go through the Jordan, cut the Jordan into two, so that the people of God will remove and collect the stones, which will become their memorial. Your children shall ask, what do these stones mean? It shall be a memorial that the Lord crossed this Jordan when the ark of God, the shadow of Christ, crossed this Jordan. And that day the Jordan was cut off. Three things are contained in every memorial. Every memorial, number one, has history. Number two, every memorial has a deliverance story. Number three, every memorial has promises fulfilled. Get ready, your children will ask you the following questions. Papa, how was your past like when you were growing? Mama, you said Dada left you when we were little. What did you do to Daddy? Why did Daddy reject you? What do you tell your children? Why will you forget the history of the past? Your pain, where God took you from. Why? And you are here, you haven't told your children your story. Tell them where God picked you. Tell them the grace of God that has been with you this far.
Welcome back, my darling, and I'm sorry for the break, but an angel walked in and there was a light in the studio. Before he walked in, there was darkness. And God said, let there be light. And there was
Mama Rita.
Oh my God, with me today is a living legend. Uncle EBO Whyte. He's a playwright, a producer, an author, a marriage counselor or a marriage coach. He's married to Mama Florence since July 1983.
Yeah.
He has written a book, Let's Talk About Sex. Well, if you care to know, for us in Royal House Chapel, we talk about sex like we talk about worship. For us in Royal House, we talk about sex like we talk about prayer. It's very, very important to us. So today, we are going to talk about sex with Uncle EBO Whyte. He will help us to answer the questions. He's written a book. Oh, I love this book. Let's Talk About Sex. Uncle EBO, I couldn't put this book down.
I'm happy to hear that.
Within a day and a half, I had finished it.
Wow.
Everywhere I went to, in the bathroom, on the WC, in the kitchen, everywhere, I had this book.
Wow.
With my pencil in there. Uncle EBO,
wow.
What motivated you?
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Before I go on, let me just put on record that there cannot be darkness wherever you are. So there was no darkness before I came. there was light. And I'm happy to walk into that light. And
you are welcome, sir.
I celebrate you. I call you and the Apostle General the beautiful and the handsome.
Thank you.
And that does not describe your ministry.
Not the beast and the beautiful.
No. Hey, no. Hey. The Apostle General cannot be the beast. No. But to your question, one of my adopted daughters married and sent a mail that, can you teach my husband and I about sex? Wow. So this was about 5 years ago. I wrote her a series of letters, and then at a certain point, I thought, should I turn this into a book? And then a voice said, shut up, who do you think you are? What do you know about sex for you to think you can teach anybody about sex? But 5 years later, there were a number of circumstances that led me to realize that it is appropriate for us to put a book out there on sex. And this is on the back of counseling couples over 35 years.
Wow.
And realizing that sex, the question of sex, is often the basis of all the issues. And I have said in some places, and I have been misquoted, but I have said that when the quality of sex is good, the couple is in a better mood to work out solutions to all the problems that they would face. Sex will not take out the problems, but you are more willing to find solutions if sex is good. If sex is terrible, everything irritates you. And even a small thing can blow up in your face and lead to all kinds of situations. So it is very key, and I'm happy that the Lord gave me the insight to put a book like that out there. And so far, the results have been heartwarming. The results have been fantastic, and I'm happy to have done it.
Wow. Well, in the past few weeks, we've been talking about sex.
Great.
In marriage on this television show.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, there's Family Life with Mama Rita, and we talk about all sorts of things. And through my counseling, I realized that one of the things that Christianity has deprived us of is talking about sex.
It's not just Christianity. Society in a whole. Except that Christians, because we have leaders like you, we could address it.
Okay.
But the situation, the problem out there is huge, except that for many people, they have nowhere else to go.
Okay.
So it is one of the areas that people suffer in silence.
Okay.
They are not happy. I have said that if children are born out of good sex, a lot of marriages will be childless. And I'm not talking about just Christian marriages.
If children are born
out of good sex,
a
lot of marriages will be childless.
Explain.
If children are born out of, children are born out of sex.
Okay.
But if children are born out of the sex being good, and being good meaning being satisfying to both the man and the woman.
Okay.
Then a lot of marriages won't have children because the sex is not good. It is not satisfying to both of them.
Okay.
More often than not, the man is satisfying himself.
Okay.
The woman feels that I have a duty. Okay. If he wants it, let me give it to him. But otherwise, really, he doesn't make me happy.
Okay.
I'm not excited about this. And then pregnancy comes, and then, so everybody thinks, they have a good marriage because they have children and things like that. But if children were born according to the quality of sex, a lot of marriages will be childless. Because the quality, we get it wrong so much because nobody teaches us about it.
No.
And we all pretend we know. Okay. To make matters worse, especially for the men, as long as a man can have erection and can penetrate and can ejaculate, he thinks he's had sex. No, you haven't.
You haven't. Okay.
No, you haven't. Okay. You've just gratified yourself.
Okay.
But even that, long term, you haven't even quite gratified yourself. Because when a man has sex in which sex that is not based on bonding, he feels empty.
Okay.
And that is why sometimes people go out and womanize. They are searching for something. I said that quite often they are not even aware what it is they are searching for.
Okay.
They are searching for that emotional bonding. That makes this physical thing an emotional and spiritual experience. That ministers to the inner you as a human being. And many people don't have that experience because...
Uncle Ebu, I want to ask you a question. I read your book.
I thought that's what you've been doing, right, from the beginning.
No, this one means so much to me and to my audience.
All right, okay.
In your book,
yes,
you mentioned that great sex,
yes,
to let you know I really read the book,
okay,
has 3 components.
Yes, beginning, the
middle, foreplay,
yes,
the act or the intercourse,
yes,
and then the afterglow. Why you coined it afterglow, I don't know.
Okay.
Can you please take it one after the other and throw more light?
Okay.
First, the foreplay.
The foreplay.
When we talk about foreplay, I think a lot of people don't understand what foreplay means, especially for the men.
Yeah, because we don't need it.
What is foreplay and what are you supposed to do?
Right. There's a difference. Let's build this from the differences between men and women.
Okay.
I, as a man, as soon as I get erection, I am ready to go.
Okay.
I'm ready to go. It doesn't matter whether we fought or not. It doesn't matter whether I think you are ugly or not.
Okay.
You know, I remember there was a case I handled in which a responsible-looking man, has had an affair with an Nkatie seller.
Okay.
And so under pressure on what he was being questioned, what he said is that, Insufi kura dumja.
Wow.
That's Insufi edumja.
Dirty water
can still put off fire.
Wow.
You know, so in his mind, he was on fire.
It doesn't matter who it was.
No,
it doesn't matter the kind of water.
Water available. Splash it on the fire, quench the fire. That was it. Now, so for a man, once I have an erection, I am ready to go. Women are not like that. And so foreplay is to honor that difference. For a woman, sex, for a good woman, and I'm making that distinction because there are women who, either because of circumstances or socialization, have been led down a certain path that denies them of their own womanhood. So that may be a discussion for another time. Let's talk about a good woman. A woman raised up well,
okay.
A healthy woman. For a woman, sex cannot be divorced from how she feels about you, how she feels about herself, and how she feels about the relationship.
Okay.
So if she doesn't feel good about you, it becomes difficult for her to give herself fully to sex.
Okay.
If she's married to you and she's a Christian girl raised in royal house, she knows I have a duty. I should not deny my husband. So even though I'm not happy with him, they say I should not deny him. Okay, so she sets her body down there, and then she does crucify me. Just come and do what you want to do and go away and leave me alone.
Okay.
But she does so with a lot of inner pain. A lot of
and when this happens for years, then
one day there will be an explosion. She does so with a lot of inner pain. And so men ought to understand that the key to the woman's vagina is through her heart and her mind.
I like that.
Yes, the vagina may be your destination.
Okay.
But the road there, the key to the vagina, is the sweet actions and words, the way you relate to the girl. And so I coined this word, be nice to the girl.
Okay.
Be nice to the girl. Let the girl know I care.
Okay.
Not just I care about you.
Okay.
Let that girl know you are special to me.
Okay.
And so do things that you don't do with anybody. Say things to her that you don't say to anybody. So if you call her my sweetheart, you are not going to call any other person my sweetheart.
Okay.
Otherwise, it loses the value.
Okay.
So don't call your wife sweetie, and then the receptionist in your office is also sweetie.
Okay.
The praise and worship leader in church is also sweetie. I mean, no, that is not good enough.
So my husband calls me honey, and it must just be me.
It must just be you. If he wants
else.
any endearment, he can coin another one. And fortunately, he is very erudite. He can come up with any. But there should be only one person with that title, honey. So be nice to the girl. Now, when you are thoughtful, when you are caring, the woman then responds to you naturally.
Okay.
Then when you want sex, it becomes something that is an expression. It becomes an expression of our commitment to each other and our bonding.
Okay.
Then sex becomes our communication.
Okay.
I'm communicating to you. I cherish you.
Okay.
I value you.
Okay.
I want to make you happier.
Okay.
I want to pleasure you.
Okay.
Not I want to take advantage of you.
Okay.
Not I want to devour you.
Okay.
I want to pleasure you.
Okay.
I want to see you smile. I want to see you laugh. That is that. And when sex is like that, then womanizing cannot come in.
Okay.
Because then, and it will not even be necessary, really, to do it. Now, but foreplay is not just for the woman, too. Mama Rita, the problem with a lot of men, and it is one of the most silent agonies men endure, is that there are men who are like football players who get injured when they are warming up for a match.
Football players who
He's warming up for the match.
He's already hurt, injured.
He gets injured during the warm-up.
Wow.
So there are men who, before they even penetrate, he's already ejaculated.
Okay.
That's injury.
Okay.
The match hasn't started.
Okay.
He has ejaculated.
So for a man like that, what must he do?
Foreplay is for you.
Okay.
Because the more the foreplay is, the firmer your erection becomes.
So, Uncle Ebo,
and the longer you can last.
It means that you are telling me today that foreplay is not just a woman's talk.
No.
And that the man also needs foreplay.
He needs it.
Wow.
He needs it. If he does so, he would extend his game a little bit more and avoid the situation where he gets injured before the match before the match starts.
So, Uncle Ebo, how do you do the foreplay? You know, I meet people, they've heard the word foreplay.
Yes.
But exactly what we are talking about, we are not on the same page.
Okay.
So, when we talk about foreplay, what is foreplay for the woman? What is foreplay for the man? What do you have to do during foreplay?
Foreplay begins outside the bedroom.
Oh, God.
If your foreplay is, Annie, are you awake? You're awake. Now you have failed.
Okay.
Foreplay should begin before you come to bed.
Okay.
Indeed, it should be your life as a couple. So, running a shower for the girl is all part of your foreplay.
Okay.
She's cooking, keeping her company in the kitchen, stealing some of the meat to eat. And she, no, don't do that. I don't like that. But she likes it. She likes the fact that you are there and worrying her a little. That is all foreplay. You're passing her a little pat, a little touch.
Okay.
Even though she'll go, oh, you too. But she likes that.
She likes it.
You're looking good. I love you. I love you never goes out of date with a woman. No woman can hear that enough.
Okay.
I love you. I care for you. Or, how was your day?
Okay.
And how was your day with the intention of listening to a lecture? Because it will be a lecture, and listening and asking questions. Or even giving a follow-up from, oh, you said this yesterday. What's come out of it? You said you were going to host Uncle Ebo. Did he come? How did it go? And being interested in the answer. Noticing the girl.
Okay.
My dear, is everything okay? You don't... No, I'm fine. No. My dear, what's it? What's going on? Is it not my sister? My sister called me and she's made me so angry, Bia. And you don't go, oh, it's all right. That is what all men say. Oh, it's all... No. Oh, this is your sister too. Why? What does she want of you? Say some. What does she... You didn't come.
Okay. Communicating.
We are communicating.
Chatting.
We are bonding.
Talking, bonding.
We are bonding.
Preparing me for the...
Yeah.
For
it's
the
all
action.
part of it.
Okay.
So that when we get into bed, and when you get into bed, I may not even wait for you. She may not even wait for you to initiate. Her head is on your shoulder.
Okay.
Your hand starts moving. And then, we are warming up. The match is going to begin, and that's it. And the more you take the warm-up seriously, the more you are sure that the 90 minutes, you make it through the 90 minutes without getting injured.
So if the match is 90 minutes, how many minutes do you use in warming up?
You can't legislate that. It depends. Okay. It depends on what your day has been like.
Okay.
Some days you are ready because you're thinking about each other. Maybe you've communicated right through the day, a phone call, a message, memories. You've relived those things. Now, so those times you come home, you've had a good day. You are just destined to be with each other and things. Then there are other days that are terrible.
Okay.
Maybe somebody was mean to you on the road in traffic. Or the boss or your colleague has messed you up. That day, you are not beginning from zero. You are beginning from a minus.
Okay.
And so then, let's do the talking first before we even start anything to bring her out of that negative into the positive realm.
Uncle Ebo, now let's go to the intercourse.
Yes.
For a long time, I used to think that there's no man who never enjoys intercourse. Once they ejaculate, they have enjoyed. But then, you hear other men, I used to work in a male-dominated office, and I used to hear the men chatting all the time and talking all the time. Oh, this lady is good in bed. Oh, this lady is not good at all. Is it true? Is it possible? Or is the men who themselves are not good enough and think that the woman is not good? When we talk about the intercourse, what exactly are we talking about?
I am talking about the very pinnacle of caring, of demonstrating caring.
Okay.
I'm talking about the commitment to pleasure each other. It has nothing to do with hard trusting or deep trusting.
Please tell them for me.
Because the clitoris is not deep down there. It's right at the entrance. So all those who go as if they are pounding fufu, no, sex is not pounding fufu. You are not a fufu pounder. So stop doing that. Depending on what equipment you have, you may be hurting the woman and putting her off.
Pastor Pa, I hope you are listening. It's not pounding fufu.
No, it's not pounding fufu. It has nothing to do with it. It's the name of the game is
Sweet and gentle.
That's the name of the game. Okay. You've got to be sweet and gentle with this. It is not hard. It is not the so that is one. Number two, it goes hand in hand with words. Because the most erogenous spot of a woman is her ears.
Okay.
You know, people go and say, okay, they say that, oh, if you touch this side of the woman, she will scream. If you touch here, and I'm telling you that the most erogenous part of a woman is her ears. What you say to her, what you whisper.
I like that.
To her.
Not the touch of the ears.
No, what you whisper to her, what you say to her.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm enjoying you.
You are beautiful.
You are beautiful. I love marriage
I
with you.
enjoy being with you. I feel good being with you. Okay. I enjoy this. Okay. Because every woman has that question on her mind. Are you enjoying me? I enjoy this. I enjoy this. Let's do this more often. I can't get enough of this. So it is all part of it. Then you are watching her, you are reading her. Because she will give you signs. She will give you signs what to touch, where not to touch. Explore. Yeah. This issue of, let me say something about positions. A lot of people are very, and there's this position. You've got to try this position. Right. There's got to try this position. Oh, no. The positions are somebody's invention.
Okay.
You are not married to every woman. You are married to this one.
So try your own inventions.
Find out what works between the two of you.
Okay.
What works between the two of you. And that is where sometimes the problem, especially now, with porn being so readily available, is that there are too many young men who have watched so much porn that they want to relive the fantasy of porn. And what I say to them is that you are no porn star.
I like that.
You know, so if your woman is not giving you the porn style and the porn tattoos and the porn positions, remember that you too, you are not a porn star. Okay. At any rate, that porn star that you are watching is camera work. Edited.
So sometimes what they watch is actually not very real.
No. When I was doing this research, I decided to watch a few porn things. And I'm looking at the penis is not firm, and yet he's able to do penetration. And I'm asking, is that rubber? I mean, is the penis rubber? How come it could penetrate? Because it is not that firm.
Okay.
It should not be able to penetrate. But because of camera work, it's
penetrating.
No, a lot of it is camera work. But the point is that, yes, you are not married to a porn star. Thank God. Because a porn star won't stay with you alone. And a porn star will find you boring. But you yourself, you don't be porn star, my brother. So let's be two of us who are no porn stars learning together. Discovering what works for each other. But let me address this issue of people saying, oh, this girl is good, this girl is not good, this girl is good. The interesting thing is that how many of them would like to marry the girl they say is good? Because they know that girl is spoiled. They know that girl is damaged. No. If they want to marry, that's not a girl they are going to marry.
Okay.
They know this is a girl to have fun with.
But not a girl to marry.
No. Because she's damaged.
Okay.
Damaged either by her background, either by maybe she was raped consistently when she was a child. And therefore, before she was even mature enough to know what was going on, she's been forced to experience things she shouldn't have experienced. There wasn't any protection for her. Okay. And so with time, she's gotten into this. And now she does it to cover her shame and the fact that she doesn't feel right about herself. So all she has to offer you is the body. And then she will take you and do things for you. But you know, there's not a girl you can even reason with. There's not a girl you can plan with. There's not a girl you can take home and your mom will be proud of. The boys know. You know.
Before we go to the afterglow, there's a question that keeps coming week after week. And in reading your book, according to page 25 and page 111 of Let's Talk About Sex, the size of the penis
has nothing to do with satisfying the woman.
Has nothing to do with the performance of sex.
Yes. Thank God. God is wonderful.
And this question comes up week after week.
Because we men obsess ourselves about our equipment.
Okay.
And I tell the story in the book where when I was in secondary school,
you punished
somebody. Yes, I was in Form 5. This the guy joins us in Form 3. Okay. He comes in from another school in Form 3. But he comes into the bathroom, strips, and we'll go, hey, is that only for you? And
well endowed.
Oh, yes. I mean, I think that boy will have some woman taking care of him for the rest of his. I wonder why he was in school. He should stop schooling. He'll be taken care of. No, it was a very impressive equipment.
Wow.
And
you look at yours and you wonder.
Oh, we were juniors. So we beat him up.
Okay.
And we punish him. Foolish boy, you don't respect. I mean, how can you be that? But men are always obsessed by it. When we go to pee, we will not admit it, but we check. We check the next person peeing next to us. You know?
Pastor, is that what you've been doing?
We check. And if the guy is better endowed than us, we don't like him. Wow. No. Then that's when you hear, and then we hurry up and leave, because see a man. But if we are better endowed than him, okay, I'm not bad. And then we go. You see, with the hour laughing. Because that is that. We become so upset. Nobody tells us that no matter what size you have, you can do great things for the one woman God has blessed you with. Your penis is not a weapon for mass destruction.
Okay.
It is for pleasuring and pleasing one person.
So it doesn't matter the size, you can make a woman happy.
And God is wonderful. That's why he put the clitoris where it is, right at an entrance.
Wow.
Right at the entrance. You don't have to go too deep. That is why the sex positions, if they have any use, each of them is for a different size. So your size plus your woman's size, you may find a style that will work best for the two of you.
We will go on a commercial break, very short one. We'll be back with our questions. Please let the questions flow. Uncle Ebo, the teacher himself, the coach himself, is here to answer you.
Number 2, you write an examination on obedience. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and was heading towards the place God had asked him. Many of you always want to see before you believe. Anybody who wishes to see before he believes or she believes, that person is failing the examination and the test of faith and the test of obedience. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for. It is the evidence of things not seen. So when you are talking about faith, faith is that you are believing God despite what you cannot see. The moment you want to see before you believe, you are knocked out of the ring of faith. You are not in faith anymore. Faith is to obey in spite or despite the consequences. That's faith. Take your only son, go to one of the mountains, go sacrifice him. And the guy was moving early in the morning. of devotion, he wants to find out whether you love the giver or you love the gift. Whether the reason why you are serving him and going up and down, do you really love God or because he has given you a gift of Isaac? So to test you, God will say, now give me the Isaac. And God wants to see whether without your Isaac, you still love him and come to choir practice and come to church and worship him and live a righteous life. Hey, I don't want to make you very unhappy, but many people have failed. When they got the Isaac of the marriage, they stopped coming to church. When they got the Isaac of the fruitfulness of the womb, they stopped coming to church. I know certain people who were poor. When they got the Isaac of money, they stopped coming to church. Girlfriends, clubhouses, Umotuo, Tuo Savi, every Sunday, because they have Isaac. Give me your Isaac. Let me find out whether you still love me without your Isaac. And God said, the Isaac you love, the Isaac you love, your Isaac of your hope, give him to me. You know why? Because there comes a time, if God doesn't take your Isaac will impede your faith to receive him from God. So God will take away. How devoted are you when God takes away your Isaac? You hear wars and rumors of war. See that.
Welcome back to Family Life with Mama Rita. My special guest today is Uncle EBO Whyte. So, Uncle EBO Whyte, before we went on break, we spoke about the size of the pennies.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the afterglow.
Yes.
Many women feel used after sex.
Yes.
When the man turns to the wall,
yes,
and starts snoring.
Yes.
Men are okay. I don't know. I'm not a man, but I think they are okay after sex. But the woman wants a bit of a touch,
yes,
a bit of the sweet words, a bit of the cuddling, you know. So teach us about the afterglow.
I think it is one of the areas that we feel the most because nobody has helped us to understand how important it is. And when done right, the afterglow becomes the foreplay for the next action. If done right, your afterglow becomes the beginning of the foreplay for our next encounter.
The next encounter?
For the next encounter. And it is very simple. The fact is that for a woman, sex is not a physical thing. It's an emotional thing for her. So in giving you sex, I have given you the most precious thing that I have to you.
Okay.
Now my question after I have done that is do you even value it?
Okay.
Do you value me?
Okay.
If so, show it.
Okay.
And so afterglow is just showing that, understanding that, yes, you, the man, may not quite need it. But in a deeper sense, you do.
Okay.
Because that is what will keep the laughter going. That is what will keep the smile longer. That will keep the glow of the fun and the pleasure you've had going. Instead of, you've done it, finish, go. No. So, hold there. Make a comment about the encounter.
Okay.
This was wonderful.
Okay.
This was great.
Okay.
Oh, I loved it when you touched here. How did you feel when I touched here? Hold. And that is the time to also talk about your plans. Oh, by the way, you know, when I get money, and it's the time to dream. When I get money, I'm going to buy you a Range Rover. What color do you want? You know?
I receive it.
I may not have the money to do it, but dreaming is free.
Okay.
I'll buy you a Range Rover.
Okay.
Then, oh, Your birthday is next month. What would you want me to do for you? We are talking. Hey, by the way, Junior, I'm not too happy with the way Junior, have you seen his results? We are talking.
Oh, so this one is...
It's all part of it. We
Wow.
are talking.
Okay.
We are planning.
Okay.
We are bonding.
Okay.
Because otherwise, when else are we going to talk? Then, if you are the typical Ghanaian couple who think that sex can only happen in the night, with the lights, all lights gone, it's like the pastors who say, shall we pray with all eyes closed? Why do you need to tell me to close my eyes? No, just say, let us pray.
Let us pray.
But with all heads bowed and all eyes closed, oh, Pastor, please, you pray. We would all follow. So a lot of couples are like that. All lights off, all windows shut. No, but so they do it in the night. But if that is, it's okay. I'm not. Okay. It's fine. Maybe that is the time you can afford. Then in the morning, do at least one act to show the woman that you cherished what she did for you. One act. It could be as simple as, let me take care of the children this morning.
Okay.
What are you wearing today? Let me iron it.
Okay.
And knowing a woman, she may not be sure what she's going to wear. Should I wear this? Should I wear that? Should I wear that? Okay, let me iron all three.
Okay. Wow.
Then you can make the choice, you know, and things like that. That all communicates to the afterglow. So, and then it becomes the prelude to our next encounter.
So, if you are listening, please, there are 3 components of sex, and each one is very important. The foreplay, the act itself or the intercourse, and the afterglow. Please, men, don't be interested in the act alone. Before the act, you need to prepare the woman. And today I have learned something, that the how do you call it? The foreplay is not only for the woman alone, but for the man too. It makes you harder, it makes you firmer. It makes you, stay a bit longer. So you see, sometimes you think that you are doing as good and you are showing us kindness, but it's for you yourself. And then the afterglow. You are telling me that you didn't just use me. I'm not one of the girlfriends, and I'm not a prostitute. I am your wife. You love me and you care. We will go straight to my co-host and we'll ask questions. Please let your questions flow.
Yeah. Let the questions flow. 0200-515253. If you're outside Ghana, kindly add the prefix +233. And if you're on social media, get engaged in this conversation. Use the hashtag AskMamarita, AskMamarita. And we have our first message from US, Pat. She says, oh my, your guest is a legend. He has a pot.
God bless you, Auntie Pat from the US.
He's licking a pot without authorization of Whyte.
I don't know which of the parts, whether New Jersey or Maryland. But I know you are both watching, and God bless you, and I love you.
This is Sifa Call from Kumasi. Says, good evening, Mama Rita. This is my first time listening to your program, and I'm learning a lot. I really want to know from Uncle Ebo how we can access his books. I'm sure we'll give the opportunity for him to touch on that. And just before we take the next question, Uncle Ebo, the afterglow seemed to have centered so much on the woman. Do men need the afterglow?
Yes. I said that we do not know we need it. The afterglow is what will also take your own stress away. You know, there are men who, even after sex, still carry their stress along with them. But the afterglow is me connecting with my wife at a deeper level, knowing that I'm not alone in life. my challenges, I don't have to carry them alone. I have somebody. We may even end by praying or getting an assurance because I'm sharing my deepest things. You know, the interview, I'm really afraid about the interview. Then the woman, oh, no, my dear. Oh, you are better than that. I know you. You just go, whatever it is. Or, you know, they say they are going to do retrenchment. Oh, my dear, don't worry. Let's continue to trust God. But whatever it is, God will take care of us. You sharing your load with somebody who cares for you, with whom you have a bond, with whom you know you are safe. That's the key thing, you know. And so, yes, the man benefits from that. If we allow the whole process to go, you become a far better man.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, the afterglow is with someone who cares for you, not a side chick. They hear, not a side chick. Cares about your money. All right, this one says, hello, mommy. Please, my husband has been snoring massively at night. We are married for 4 months. After every sexual encounter, I just can't sleep on the same bed with him. I have to sleep in the hall. The noise even wakes me up there. I have advised him to seek medical attention, but he doesn't seem interested. What can I do about this? Thank you.
Uncle Ebu, this question keeps coming up. One party is snoring so badly, and the other one can't sleep.
There's something the woman didn't say. That she doesn't reach her orgasm.
Okay. So she gets angry.
Yeah. And that is why she's also awake to hear the man snoring. If she had reached her orgasm and had been relaxed enough to sleep, she would have woken up in the morning and not realized that
the man snores.
So I think the two of them will need to have a chat about their sexual life.
Okay.
Something is missing. Something is seriously missing. And so the snoring. It is possible the man doesn't snore that loud, but so because when a woman doesn't reach, but she can't sleep.
She can't sleep because she wasn't satisfied.
She's not satisfied because I remember I was at one of the times when Roverman traveled to Kumasi. I lodged at a guest house, and one of those guest houses were not properly planned. So my room had a window that also faced the window of the room on the other side of the corridor. So there's a corridor with rooms on the left and the right. And the doors face each other, and the windows also face each other. And I got in from the production. Well, production, people take a lot of things for granted about our productions, but the earliest for the 8 o'clock show, the earliest me and my team will leave the venue will be about 11, even though the show would have ended at 10.
10, okay.
11 means that we are leaving a lot of things for the next day to do. So I get in there, I do a few things. Finally, I fall asleep around 11:45, and about 2 o'clock, I hear, and then I know, oh, there's action going on. There's action going on in that room. And so I'm excited for them.
Okay.
You know, from this, and I'm experienced enough to know that from the sound, the match has just begun. Do you understand me? The match has just begun. And then within 3 minutes, it was over. And I'm lying in bed and I said, Kwasia, you should be whipped. What do you mean? Why
Saneba.
He's finished.
Sikano Ashe.
So you see, the woman.
The woman was certainly.
No, you see, because you can tell when a woman, the morning goes, it must reach a certain crescendo and then explode. All right, it ends with an explosion. This one, she was just climbing.
Okay.
Then it was over.
Suspended.
And I said, foolish man, you should be caned. But
So, Uncle Ebo.
but I know that happens a lot. But
Yeah.
let me teach couples a lot of things. Sometimes the problem comes in synchronizing our time for sex. You are busy, he's busy, he comes home, he says he's tired, even when you touch him, hey, I am tired and things like that. When he's tired, give him his due, let him sleep. But the adult person does not need that much sleep. 3 o'clock, wake him up.
Okay.
He's fresh. A dog,
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
When
After
he's
that,
going to work the
it's a
following
force of habit that we are still lying in bed.
Okay.
You are rested.
Okay.
You are rested. So let him have the sleep. Let him have his sleep. 3 o'clock, wake him up.
Okay.
And there are all kinds of ways. Don't just tap him and say, wake him up. There are all kinds of ways that a woman can wake a man up. That a man will wake up not knowing that he was waking up. That trick, another time.
Another time.
But there are all kinds of ways that you can wake your husband. Anybody with that realizing and say, and then, or sometimes you use a tactic where he wakes up, then you go, oh, the ant, it beat you too. Hey, it just beat me. But at least he's awake.
He's awake for action.
He can't say he's tired.
Uncle Ebo, before the next question comes, I have met women who've been married for 20 years, 25 years, even 30 years.
Yes.
And they've never
Had their orgasm.
Never.
Yeah.
How can a man bring a woman to have orgasm?
Not all women can reach orgasm by the sexual act.
Okay.
For many of them, you can continue after the sexual act with a bit of oral sex.
Okay.
A bit of using your finger, using your tongue.
Okay.
To bring them to that level. But for that to happen, both you and your woman must come to bed clean. Okay. I mean, if you are clean, the sexual act will be different. It will be because there's nothing that smells better than a human body that has just come from the shower.
Wow.
It smells wonderful. So don't worry about it. Nothing is lost. Try a bit of oral, try a bit of your fingers, try a bit of your tongue, and then give it time. Remember, for a woman, it takes time. Okay. It takes time. And also, make sure that there is no lingering issues for the woman, because this is what happens. The woman is going. She's climbing the hill. She's climbing the hill. Then he was rude to me this morning. Then it cuts off.
Okay.
You know, or wait, is this what he did with Ajua? Look at him. So he's been doing this with Ajua. Again, there's so many things that can make her stop and feel stranded on the way to paradise. So just make sure that all that have been taken care of. But beyond that, remember that don't be impatient. Because if you put pressure on her, have you come, have you come, have you come, she will never come. Give her time. Let her, at least if she's not getting there, let her enjoy the journey. Let her enjoy the journey, and that will be fine.
All right, let her enjoy the journey, and that's going to be great. We move straight to Kumasi. Obaya says, good evening, Mama Rita.
Good evening, Obaya.
Please, I've been married for almost 4 years, and my husband doesn't have sex with me unless he wants babies. We have 2 babies by God's grace. On several occasions, I have caught him masturbating. He tells me it's an addiction and praying about it. It seems I'm more concerned about his health and salvation than he is. When I push him a little, he abuses me verbally. Now, when he touches me, I must confess I don't feel anything at all. But I only remember his verbal abuses and hurtful words. What can I do to come out of this cycle?
Uncle Ebo.
Stop what you're doing. Stop being concerned about his salvation. pray for him, but stop being concerned about his. You are worrying too much. But this is a man. Man, Rita, there are things that are happening in this generation that we don't talk about. Pornography is rewiring the brains of men. So much so that there are men now, there are research both in the UK and in the US that show that there are boys who cannot experience pleasure with a real life woman. They have no desire for a real life woman.
Just because of pornography?
Just because of pornography. You know, at the beginning, pornography may make you excited, make you even more hyper with sex. But as you become addicted to it, it will rob you of that. Wow. Now you would prefer watching and pressuring yourself than being with a real life woman. And that is what the research is showing. Now, there's also a silent thing out there. A lot more men are addicted to masturbation than we want to admit and talk about.
Okay.
Especially Christian men.
Christian men?
Christian men, because the worldly boy went chasing. The Christian man felt, I can't chase.
So let me do something to myself.
So he does this. You know, and so it becomes part of him, and he becomes stuck with it. So what can you do about it? Ignore the fact that you see him masturbate. And every now and then, you just be nice to him. Say nice things to him. And whenever you have an encounter, you be the one to speak to him. And tell him, I love this. I miss this with you. He may not respond to it. He doesn't need to respond to it. Women must know that when men hear things, it doesn't go out of our minds. We remember. So, I love this. I miss this. It's in his mind. Okay. So, it is working. Okay. It's working. It's a word. It will bear fruit another time. So, sooner or later, he will realize, my wife enjoys me. So, let me make her happy. And things like that. And then gradually, once he doesn't feel judged by you, he becomes more comfortable with you. Okay. She's making him feel judged. And so the verbal abuse and the nastiness is his defense.
Okay.
Because he feels bad about himself already. You are not the one making him feel bad. He feels bad about himself already that he masturbates. Okay. I don't know any man who masturbates and is proud of it.
Okay.
Not one.
I see. So he feels bad already.
He feels bad already. Nag. Masturbation makes you lose self-esteem.
Okay.
You feel like that when you've done it. The moment you ejaculate, it's so empty. You know, and so he feels bad about it himself. Okay. Now, he feels also bad that he's not performing well with sex. He judges himself about that. When a man is not pleasing his wife, he knows, and he judges himself. Okay. The woman thinks he doesn't care. He does. So when you now begin to talk and criticize, and why are you doing this and this and this, now you are reinforcing how negative he feels about himself. He will come back at you as a defensive mechanism. So, just continue positive reinforcement. Reinforce what is positive about him. And with time, he will rise up to the man he needs to be.
I love this. I love this. I love this. So, my darling, any man who is not doing the right thing knows that what he's doing is wrong. So sometimes your nagging rather worsens the thing. Be nice to him, and over time, he will change. I love this.
All right. Ooh. Keep your comments coming. Use the hashtag AskMamaRita. Wherever you are, we are going to read. You have some of your comments streaming on our pages currently. Stephanie Ejiram Deku says, wow, good teaching. Akomiatre Sesede. All right, let's go to.
Oh, so the sign
yes.
is said.
I don't know for it. Adobia says communication and encouragement assurance. Thank you. We go to the next question. Mommy, good evening. Happy marriage anniversary once again.
Thank you.
I really love you, and you are shining tonight.
Love you too. Thank you.
My problem is, I am currently pregnant, and I feel very dry. And my husband doesn't seem to have time to make me wet before sex. It makes it difficult for him to enter and painful for me. He doesn't seem to be ready to listen. What should I do?
Uncle Ebo will answer that. But next week, we'll be talking about painful sex. Painful sex. Uncle Ebo, she's pregnant.
There's a wonderful creation called lubricants. Use lubricants. It will help. The man should know that he's not doing himself and the woman any favors. He should lift his game and be mindful about foreplay and things like that. But feeling that, let the woman get some lubricants ready. And let him apply it. It's not the total solution, but it is better than not doing anything about it.
So some anointing oil, some Vaseline.
Shea butter.
Shea butter.
Some lube. Hey, I don't know who said shea butter.
How did you know shea butter?
Confessing is good for the soul.
And if you go to... Don't worry, we've prepared them. It's R-rated session, so they are fine. They are fine. All right. The next one says, my name is Ophelia. Mama Rita, God bless you for having this program. You are really helping marriages.
Thank you, Ophelia.
For some time now, I don't feel sexually attracted to my husband since he told me once that I don't make him happy. And he would often complain when I attempt to initiate sex. What would you advise as far as this issue is concerned? Thank you. She doesn't feel sexually attracted because he told her she's not the one making him happy.
Forgive the silly boy. Forgive him. Women must understand something about men. When a woman tells you something, she planned to tell you that. She wanted to tell you that. She thought about it. When a man tells you something, half of the time he hasn't thought about it.
I'm hearing something.
Yeah, half of the time we haven't thought about it.
Wow.
On the spur of the moment, something dropped into our mind, into our rabbit mind, and we dropped it. So quite often, when you challenge him, how can you say that? That's the first time he's thinking about it. Then you realize he's beginning to deny and say, no, but you said that. No, what I meant was, because now he's thinking about it. At the time it was coming out of his mouth, he wasn't thinking about it. So women hurt themselves needlessly when they hold on to this. He said this to me. Yes, true, he said it. But he's a silly boy.
He didn't mean it.
He didn't know what he was saying. Okay. He didn't know what he was saying. And women must know that about men, that we are not deep. We are not deliberate. We are not intentional about a lot of things. For instance, no woman leaves a house without thinking through what she's wearing. She ought to ask herself, where am I going? What is this? Who am I likely to meet? She would think through all that. She would dress according to how she's feeling, her mood. She would think about all this. Ask him why he wore this. It was what was there and available, and he just finished bathing, and he went and took it and wore it. Or his wife said, I know Uncle is coming to the studio today. No, don't wear the red one. Don't wear this one.
Watch here.
And he dressed. Otherwise, he just pulls it and puts it on.
Sharp.
And that is typical of men. We are, in some respects, we never outgrow being boys. Now, if you have children, look at the conduct of your son and the conduct of your daughter. Even when the son is older than the daughter, and you will see the maturity difference between the girl and the boy. We grow with that. We grow with that. So, Era, yes, he said it was hurtful, but it was silly, it was foolish. Let it go. There'll be a time to talk about it. So you roll along with him, and if there are any other issues, watch it. Worst case scenario, bring in a counselor. And that's why I insist that don't marry until you've seen a counselor. You must have a counselor. So that in a situation like this, there's somebody you can go to and say, this is what we are struggling with at home. Can you please come? Call my husband and call me, and let's work it through.
I hear there are lots of
there are
questions.
lots.
Oh,
Albert
my
from
darling.
Accra says, good evening, Mama Rita.
Good evening.
Uncle Ebo just spoke about having a long-lasting foreplay. But Uncle Ebo, when I do a long foreplay, I come early during penetration. In fact, tell me what I can do about this.
Then for you, because there are men like that, and quite often it's on the back of previous experiences with masturbation. Because what happens when you do masturbation, when you masturbate for a long period in your life, is that your rate of coming is very, very quick, because you've gotten to the point. Because you see, when you masturbate, you don't have time to be leisurely about it.
Okay.
We are intent with you.
Okay.
So that nobody will stumble upon you. So with time, your body is reprogrammed for that. So as soon as there's any friction there, any contact there, you would come. So in your case, what I would advise is that always make up your mind for round 2. You will last longer.
Wow.
Yes.
Round 2, what if he doesn't have the energy and the strength for it? Some men, I hear some men can never go
he's
second.
he's a man. Let his wife, so you finish. So you go in with that plan, knowing that this one will be non-scoring.
Okay.
Do you understand me? So I'm going to write Wasi. I will fail this one, but I will do receipt.
Okay.
Worry.
You have to rewrite the paper.
Yeah, so I'm preparing for the receipt. Because I know.
Jamel, I hope you are listening.
So you register for NOVDEC in
So
advance.
you register for NOVDEC already. Because this one day, no, I know my level of preparation. I didn't mean ready. I won't register before NOVDEC. Okay. So you then quickly do the foreplay. Okay. When you come, continue.
Okay.
And the woman must also understand that Yemwe, let her also play with him, Kakra. Have a bit of fun together. Okay. He will, within another 20, 25 minutes, he will get erect again. This time, he will last about twice as long.
Yeah.
Wow, I love this.
Yeah. Woo. Second half always comes with lots of energy. Take some water, relax, and then go back.
Did Uncle Ebo say that?
No, he's making some confessions today. That son of yours is making a lot of confessions today. Hey.
Mommy, let's take this one quickly.
I'll ask your wife questions when we are done.
Mommy, this one says, I am dating a lady and I love her so much, Uncle Ebo. I realized, however, that she's lesbian. And so, I am currently facing all the problems that comes with being a lesbian or having a partner who is lesbian and still wants to be with a man. I've caught her severally in the act, but I couldn't send her off because I love her so much. And currently doing everything possible as a responsible man who wants to marry a woman to help her stop. But in all of this, I am not willing to quit. What do I do, please? You don't want to quit.
Keep quiet and suffer.
I like that.
Yeah. No, keep quiet and suffer. How many signs do you want to see that this is not the right choice? Why are you setting yourself up? Because this is just the beginning. You haven't been married. It will get worse. when you marry. She's not hidden who she is from you. Why are you still, so if you are a Kwawu United supporter, stay Kwawu United supporter and listen. They are in relegation. Because Kwawu United, they say that Yentijai.
Yentijai.
And that's what he's saying.
Okay.
On Tijai. You also stay there. You keep quiet and suffer. But the value of courtship is that it gives you the opportunity to decide, are we a fit for each other? So if the signs in courtship are telling you you are not a fit, and you are still insistent and deluding yourself that I love her, the question is, do you love yourself? Don't tell me you love her when you don't love yourself. Loving her must begin with you loving yourself. And loving yourself must make you decide that, you know what, I think I deserve better. So if you won't listen to that one, then keep quiet and suffer. And suffer, you will.
Okay. Uncle Ebo, before you came in, there was a first question. The question is that they are in courtship, they are preparing to marry, they love each other, but the lady is not sexually attracted to the man. She's asking, is there something wrong with her? Does she have to go in, or is a red flag?
Talk to a counselor, because there are too many factors here. One, it is possible that you like him, but you don't love him romantically.
Okay.
Maybe he's a good man. Maybe he was even your counselor.
Okay.
Because that counselor can lead things translating into lovers is a bit problematic. And yet it happens a lot. A lot of pastors are married to women they were counseling and wonder why it didn't work.
Okay.
And there's a reason for that. So there are too many factors.
Okay.
Her own background, her own socialization. Because if she's had some terrible experiences with commitment, with romantic love, she would hold back.
Okay.
Maybe somebody has abused her, somebody has raped her, she would hold back. Or it is also possible that this guy is not romantic in the least, and so has not learned how to turn her on.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, that the factors are that many, so you talk with a counselor.
So please talk to a counselor. If your church doesn't have very good counselors, I always tell you, in Royal House Chapel, we have very trained, well-trained counselors who will be ready to handle you free of charge.
Well, this one says, good evening, Mommy.
Good evening.
I usually don't feel for sex when I don't have money.
Wait, it's a man.
It's a man.
Yeah.
Our wives should also watch our financial mood. Broke man know they feel for sex. Uncle Ebo, please tell them. I don't know if this was captured in the book.
Well, he's right that a man's manhood is tied in
and
with
it's so close to the pocket.
Yes, but it's tied in with the size of his penis and his earning capacity.
Okay.
The more money he has, the more of a man he feels. But, gentlemen, it's not about any of those. And your woman truly doesn't care. She cares how you make her feel, how you relate to her. And if you are relating to her well enough, when you are broke, she will come to your aid. And she will pick up the tab easily. You know, a lot of wives say, oh, I don't have money and we are broke. But she has some money hidden somewhere.
That is so true.
And when she knows, if you are relating to her well enough and you are nice to her, you cherish her and you care, and when she knows you are broke, she doesn't put pressure on you. When a woman loves you, she doesn't put pressure on you. But if she loves you and you are not giving her the attention and you are not cherishing her, she will put pressure on you. That's when she will send the children to go and tell daddy there's no salt. Go. She's not coming for you to say nonsense to her. Ajua, go and tell your father that there's no bread. You know?
Meanwhile, there's some money somewhere.
She can manage that. But who
Yeah.
You know, because you are not relating to her well enough. But if you are relating well with her, and you can even go and say, yeah, my dear, I don't know how we're going to manage this, man. Salaries have delayed. She's likely to say, my dear, don't worry. We'll be fine. God will take care of us. You come and there's food there. My dear, we said we prayed that God should provide. She's provided. So it's all about whether you are nice to the girl. Men fail to realize what a blessing a woman can be to you if you treat her right.
Yeah.
If any man learns to treat his wife right, he would understand why God himself has to admit it is not good for a man to be alone. Let's make a helper meet for him, and created a woman. The need for a woman made God revise his original plans. The perfect one had to revise his original plan to make it even more perfect. A woman makes it perfect. But because of that too, when a woman is unhappy with you, God save you.
Oh my God. So please, I hope you heard it. Men, I hope you are really, really learning something here. You see, when a woman is happy, she doesn't care whether you have money or not. She doesn't care whether you have a job or not. She doesn't care if you have money in your pocket or not. Uncle Ebo, when my husband and I got married,
yes,
I was working in the bank.
I know.
He treated me so well.
I know.
That I would never take money from my account unless I asked him permission.
Yes.
And
but it was your money.
It was my money.
Yeah.
At the time, my mom thought I was a fool.
No, a lot of people did.
But you see, if a man treats you well, my darling.
Yeah.
If a man treats you well, so I hope men are listening. If you treat a woman well,
she will take care of you.
She will take care of you.
And your ministry.
And your ministry. She doesn't care.
Go and check the beginnings of Royal. Go and check the beginning of Royal House and find out who carried the financial burden. Not just for a year, but for years. No, Mama Rita, I know the history.
I didn't know you knew that.
Oh, I know the history. I know all the places you went, the places where you had meetings and all the things that went on and all that.
I've been in the office.
Yeah.
Here was this tall pastor, Pastor George, coming. And anytime he was coming, I knew. He comes in. Daddy says I should come and tell you the guitar is spoiled.
Yeah.
And I'll go into my... I mean, when a man treats a woman well.
Yeah, that's when he will discover the wisdom of God in creating a woman.
And if you don't treat a woman well, you will see how wicked a woman can be.
Yeah, and you
will pay rent when the house is hers, and you will never know it's her own house.
True.
Let's move to the next question.
Well, we'll move
That's
to
why
the next
she will
question.
tell you, but you are the man. You are the man. You're the man. You are supposed to find solutions. So, young men, look, men, sometimes people say that, why is Uncle Bo always for the man, for the woman? No, I'm not for the woman. I'm for the men. But I am for the men so much so that I recognize that God created a woman for a perfect reason. It is for us. For, not just for our comfort and support, but to even the lengthening of your life is from your woman. Your woman can make you live longer. Wow. You know, she checks your age and she's cooking differently. She's checking, she's researching what would solve this situation. She's going for it when you are not even aware. So she changes the diet and makes you eat in a particular way because she's read that men who cross 60 have these challenges and these are not good for them, these are good for them. And she's working at that for you. But if you show her you don't care, okay.
She'll bury you and take
No, die already.
Wow.
All right, Gifty from Tamale says, I am learning a lot tonight.
We are
God
all
bless
learning
you
a lot, Gifty.
abundantly. So we have this question and says, good evening, Mama Rita.
Good evening.
I'm really enjoying your program tonight with your special guest. My question, my husband doesn't like bathing at night. I just don't like it. I've tried everything I can to convince him, and he'll still not respond. Because of this, I find it difficult to get in the mood to have sex with him. How do I address this situation? I just don't enjoy it.
I'm led by the Spirit to ask you to answer that. Marita, let's take a break now. When we come back, let's answer.
We will take a short break and we'll be back. We are really having fun in the studio.
Family life is building marriages, building relationships, and then helping young ones to learn the lessons of life about the choices that they have to make when the time comes for them to make those choices. What Mama Rita has been doing on the Family Life show is she is giving what I have given her in 35 years. I don't like the response of that. The love she's enjoying in the bedroom, the morning tea I prepare for her on special occasions, the beautiful note I've been leaving for her. I mean, you can see, you can't give what you don't have. So Mama Rita gives what she has and what I give to her. So in celebrating family life and then celebrating 35 years, I want the world to celebrate me also. Well, I think Mama Rita should answer this because she's been keeping some money away from me. Sometimes I don't do so. Please let her answer because sometimes I open her drawer and then I see the money. I say, "What money is it? Leave it there. Leave it there. Leave it there." I said, "No, I'm not trying to take it. I just want to find out whether you are aware that there's money here. Because just a while ago, you were asking me for some money. Only to find out that you are money there. Leave it. Just leave it. Leave it." I remember the songs we used to sing for our children whenever we want them to go to bed.
Okay.
Good night. I want to wish you good night. I want to wish you good night. In the name of Jesus. Good night. Good night. And then I go so far as sleep.
And then another one.
Mama Rita will do all the potom, and then they'll be giving an akos and she will eat the food.
So a song must come.
So a song must come in. So I compose a song and I'll be dancing. Appetizing. Poto. Appetizing. And then mommy will put one here.
Yes, one for a whole song.
One song, and then she'll eat on the bottom.
Welcome back to Family Life with Mama Rita. My darling, oh my God, the thing is getting sweeter and like having sex, you know, you get to your climax. I don't know whether we have reached climax or we are about the afterglow. But I think we are getting to afterglow.
Or we are having multiple orgasms.
Or we are having multiple orgasms. I receive it. Hey, I receive it. So Uncle Ebo will have to come back by all means. Immediately we are done, I am going to book his next, appearance into the studio. Today our roads affected us so badly. I mean, the traffic on the ring road was terribly bad. Like I told you from the beginning, I had to get down at Obechebi to walk here. Luckily, I was with the driver today, and I had to walk. And he came in after I had gotten down at Obechebi and then walked here. He came in after 45 minutes of me dropping down. So you can imagine, what it was like. So 30 minutes of our time was already gone, but Uncle Ebo will be back. We'll take a few more questions and we'll be done.
No, there's one question.
Yeah. No, we'll do a few more questions.
No, there's one question
that
is pending.
I haven't forgotten Uncle Ebo. So my co-host, your wife is here. She's listening.
Sometimes the question, they will tell you, choose amongst the multiples. But our attempts. So, my darling, as Mama Rita would say, no,
maybe you're the fan. Lost case. Lost case.
Uncle Ebo will save me here, but if your man doesn't like bathing, I think just like we've shared, you need to talk to him. You've done that. If he's not responding, seek the counseling, let him understand the health aspect of it, because it even has health implications.
All right, let me help you out. Yeah.
You are the guest. Seek counseling for bathing.
It means that you've been asking the questions, you don't listen to the answers. Listen to the answer today.
No, we don't have time, that's why.
The truth of the matter, Mama Rita, is that our mothers tried to infuse into us the habit of bathing, and they didn't succeed. And you, my dear wife, you will not succeed either.
After 40 years.
No, you're not going to succeed. Do you know how much the mother beat him when he was and nagged him to take his bath? Unyare. There's this thing about men. Men take their bath to go out.
That's true.
So when a man is not going out the day, he can go the whole day without taking his bath.
So it's not only my husband.
I zip my mouth.
Apostle General, I'm not here. I
zip my mouth.
No, we take our bath to go out.
Yeah.
No, for us, bathing is functional. And so if there's a holiday, he's not going anywhere, and you tell a boy to go and take his bath, it doesn't make sense to him.
It's not productive.
No, it doesn't make sense to him. So it's something we learn to pick. During the lockdown, there are men who went for 3 days without taking their bath.
Wow.
And they were cool.
They were cool.
Especially those with air-conditioned houses.
Okay.
And that's why sometimes air conditioning is not good enough. Because it doesn't make them feel stuffy.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even think about it. He just brushes his teeth in the morning. Even that one, Quran, Papa B. So it takes a bit of anointing. No, it takes maturity. It takes being taught to understand that bathing, especially when you come to bed, being clean is good for you because it helps with rest. When I get home from the theater at 12:30, and I have a heavy schedule the next morning, I cannot go to bed without taking my bath.
Okay.
It ensures that the little rest I get becomes restful indeed.
Okay.
And I wake up the next morning, even if it's at 4 or 5, feeling very refreshed because the body was comfortable. I didn't become restless from being stuffy and things like that. And so the men must understand that it is important for you to do it. Plus, when there's an body odor, it kills the anointing of sex. It does. And it doesn't matter how anointed you are and what tongues you speak. The the part of your body between your legs smells always.
Okay.
It doesn't smell because you're a bad man or a dirty man. It smells as the body's defensive mechanism for fighting germs.
Okay.
That scent, offensive smell there, is a battleground for fighting off infections. So take your bath. But, my young lady, there's something called face towel. The guy won't take his bath, go buy, invest in face towel. Use it to come and dry clean him. Let it be part of the foreplay. So you want to, my dear, wait, go, wet it small, and then come and then
human laundry.
Clean up his armpit, clean up his body, the places you know your mouth will be going, and go to the loins, around the genitals, and clean him up nicely all the time, playing with the body, having fun, talking with him, laughing with him, kissing his chest, his breast. Every man has it, whether it is flat or not there, it is there. So you, and things like that. Play with it, hold the same, massage his penis whilst you are cleaning it, kiss it, and things like that. It becomes part of your fun. You have a clean man.
I hope a woman, a young lady,
and you've had fun. But a lot of the women, answer me, man, touch me. Yo, you have got weeks without touching. Because some men, given a choice between sex or no bath, would take no bath.
Okay.
Yeah. Because men don't like stress. What's this stress and go jarring? Until women touch you. Okay, fine. And
my darling, from this Saturday, we'll be selling face towels around.
Nicely scented and branded.
My darling, it's not just using the towel. What I even do, the toothbrush, I bring the toothbrush to the bed.
Yeah.
I will brush his teeth. And he puts it in a pail.
Yeah.
And I'll clean him.
Yeah.
Before I finish cleaning him.
Yeah, no,
oh
that's
God.
Already, the match has begun.
Oh my God.
Yeah, not a match, no.
Come to Royal Ladies coming Saturday. We'll have lots of face towels, anointed face towels for you to use in bed. I think we'll take the last question.
Yes. Just before the last question, I just want to remind you, today we are sponsored and supported by Brands Own It. BRANDDS Own It. So just go online, Instagram, Facebook, and then on their site, brandsownit.com, and you can shop every form of casual wear. This is one of their polos I'm wearing. They come in different forms, different colors, and you are going to be a part of the statement they are making. If you want to reach out to them in Ghana, you can call them on 0242 305 912.
And
to this question, yes, Mommy.
Before the next question, Uncle Ebo, where can they get your books to buy?
I think we'll bring some here,
Good.
if you don't mind.
So
if you have a bookshop here,
good.
We can bring copies here.
Good.
And then if you can go to some of your branches too, that will be fine. But Challenge Bookshop, you get some. You would also get some copies at Airport Shell, Bachona Total, Tema Committee 11 Shell, Hacho Total as well. Or if you call 050-554-6010, someone would attend to you. Or if you want to WhatsApp, then try 050-554-6030, and we would attend to you.
On the 20th of September, that is next week, Monday, I have an all-night with couples 10 years and below. In other words, if you've been married 10 years and below, you are invited to an all-night from 10 a.m. We are going to
10
have...
10 p.m., please.
10 p.m. It's going to be a film night. It's going to be a popcorn night. It's going to be Horlicks, Ovaltine, and Milo night. It's going to be biscuits night. It's going to be drinks night. We are going to talk freely. And there's going to be Let's Talk About Sex book. Trust me, my husband will tell you, I just
couldn't put it down. And anytime he was talking to me, I kept saying, honey, honey. Everybody who comes to the meeting would need a copy. And then to all our counselors, Royal House counselors, all of you, I entreat everybody to buy one of these books. You can't handle sex when you yourself, you don't know much about sex and you are not enjoying sex. I've had counselors come to me to tell me, Mommy, counselors did very well, but when it got to the area of sex in marriage, I don't think they taught us very well. Please, this is what will solve the issue. Let's talk about sex by Uncle James EBO Whyte. Let's take the last question.
I think given the time, so on Sunday, we'll make some of the books available at the information desk, so you can walk to Royal House, the reception, the information desk, and you'll be assisted. Over to you, Mommy and Uncle EBO.
Uncle EBO, I have this very important question.
Okay.
It's a question I've been thinking about for so long. I haven't gotten there yet, so I don't have an answer for it. At what age do you think couples stop having sex? For the man, at what age? Why I'm asking this question, there was one time, then we were in our 30s and everything was okay. And I organized this dinner dance for couples. So it was a day of fun. This very elderly man and woman came for the dinner dance. They had a nice time. They got home and the man wanted to try. It was something he hadn't tried for a while. Wanted to try, and halfway through it, he collapsed. And I've been thinking about this since I was about 35, when this couple called me to tell me this. At what age?
I don't think we can legislate some of these things, because it has to do with a lot of factors. It has to do with how healthy a lifestyle that man has had all along from his youth. Because you see, a lot of the habits we pick as young people, we pay the fees for that in our 60s and 70s.
Okay.
You know, in your 30s and 40s, your body can take a lot of abuse.
Okay.
But it is not because it is taking it. It is deferring payment for you. And in your 60s and 70s, you'll find it there. So that is number one. Number two, it also has to do with what kind of relationship you have with your partner. If it is not a stressful one, where then sex even becomes part of just, then we've gone, we get playful at a certain time. Sometimes it just stays playful there, but sometimes it then graduates from playful into action. That is all fine and things like that. Then you realize that it will not become such a big thing. The body gets used to it. The body is ready and prepared for it. But if you become Zachariah, and your wife has become Elizabeth,
that's right.
Then unless an angel just spoke to you that you are going to have a child, then be careful, Kakra, because you may be putting too much pressure on your heart, and you may become like one of the African head of states who unfortunately died in the course of an act. I won't mention the country, I'll mention the man.
Uncle EBO, we have really, really enjoyed you. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation. You don't know what you have done to my audience and my listeners. You have no idea. People in UK are listening, people in America are listening, all over Nigeria, Liberia, Sierra Leone. I mean, and I believe that the comments after this one is going to be something else. Please, you are going to certainly come back, but until you come back, give us your closing remarks
I'd like to thank you for you and Apostle General for your friendship.
Thank you.
It's one of the precious things for me. One of my joys for a production is to find you and Apostle General walk into the theater, followed by the entourage. It's always wonderful. It's always fun. And so I like that. I like the fact that you are couples I can brag about without being embarrassed.
Thank you.
Because of how genuine you are. I tell people that if Apostle General makes a mistake, he made it as a genuine person. He's not being a hypocrite about it. And I said, this couple, like them or hate them, but one thing you won't get from them is hypocrisy. You won't get that. And sometimes with some of your fellow servants of God, sometimes the hypocrisy you don't see the their humanness because they hide it so well. But you are able to come up and show. So I love that. I celebrate your ministry. I celebrate the anointing upon you. And I celebrate the fact that you live what you preach. And God bless you.
Thank you. And
and next time, you'll be answering a lot more questions.
Uncle Ebo, people are asking, where can they get shea butter to buy?
If you're Ghanaian and you ask that question, you're not serious.
You're not serious.
And Uncle Ebo, thank you and your wife so much. Thank you for your friendship. At least there's something my family and I crave for. Coming to your shows. I mean, we love it. Sunday night at 8 p.m. when we have to come. And this Sunday, oh my God, I loved The Devil's Wife.
The Devil's Wife, yes.
Please show it again.
No, we're going to rerun it.
Good.
The problem had been securing the date at the National Theatre.
Okay.
We're going to rerun it. And who knows, one of these days we may bring it to the Oil Dome.
Oh, we will love it. We will love it. Oh, my darling, oh my God. I wish we can do all night with Uncle Ebo, but he's certainly going to come back. Thank you so much for being a part of family life with Mama Rita. Without you, this program would not be a program. Thank you so much. I'm coming your way same time, same day next week with Painful Sex. Virgins are having painful sex. And when I talk about virgins, I mean people who are breaking their virginity on the wedding day. Some people go through 6 months of pain. Some people go through 2 years of pain. Even people who are 20 years in marriage and 25 years in marriage go through painful sex sometimes. And we are going to talk about painful sex. And my guest next week is Reverend and Mrs. Callistos. Thank you so much. Please make a date with me. If you are 10 years, you are married 10 years and below. If you have been married even for 15, 20 years and you still want to be a part of it, please do. On the 20th of September at 10 p.m., we have an all-night, couples all-night. It's really going to be fun. And we are going to talk about sex. From coming Sunday, let's talk about sex will be in our bookshop and then our information desk. If you are married, please get a copy. If you are a marriage counselor in Royal House, please get a copy. Thank you and God bless you. I want to give a shout to my husband.
Apostle General.
Apostle General.
AG1.
And whether you like it or not, I still love you. 35 years, we are going 70 years. God bless you. I will see you tonight. Please get the bed ready. Today, I'm not going to use face towel.
On this note,
have a good night and God bless you. That's it for me.